Hi folks, Brian back again. Oh gosh. Monday 23 October. So to answer your question, some of you have some questions. What can we do to protect ourselves from solar radiation, cosmic radiation? I'm very happy to give you an answer while I'm driving home. Oh, by the way, if someone ever says, watch the playlist, duh. Let me tell you a secret about YouTube, people. A YouTuber needs you to watch 4,000 hours worth of a person's video before he gets paid. Hint, hint. Because I'm obviously different. Let's get into it. Okay. No notes, just, it's all up here. So first and foremost, knowledge. Knowledge, simple. Okay. Know the effects of cosmic radiation on the human brain and other parts of the body. So neurologically, headaches, migraines, including migraines for those people who have never experienced them before, could be temporal stabbing, or it could be a pressure, frontal lobe pressure, right? It could be vertigo, dizziness, a feeling unwell. Neuropsychological is what makes us go cuckoo, and intense rage, irritable, behavioral outbursts. This is where the knowledge comes in. And believe me, for those of us like me who have most of that knowledge in place, can be challenging. Especially if you have anyone within your family who has any mental health disorders such as autistic spectrum disorder, autism, OCD, anxiety, depression, psychosis. Therefore, knowledge. So for the most part, when we're going to get hit with something, I will do one of my videos, right? Otherwise, you can, take the Space Weather Prediction Center app, NOAA, and others. Put it on your phone. Otherwise, if something's going to hit us, I'll let you know. But please keep in mind, because our protective magnetosphere is already weakened, as it has been shown in the past when they forecasted G1. Just a little geomagnetic storm quite often ends up being a G2 or G3 strong geomagnetic storm, and so forth. Or geomagnetic instabilities in the absence of solar flares from our sun. Why? Because our sun has a companion, remember? I'm trying to focus on traffic while I'm speaking. Oh. So know the effects of cosmic radiation. It's not just cosmic radiation, it's also ultraviolet radiation. So we're talking about two different radiations levels. And you know what? There's three materials that can protect you or deflect the cosmic rays and ultraviolet radiation. One is water. I can't remember the depth, 12 feet, I think, maybe. Obviously, that's not practical, right? How long can you hold your breath? 2, polycarbonate material, and I've shown you this before. Take a look at greenhouses. Twin wall polycarbonate material. Now I use this extensively to protect my crops. And 3rd, concrete. So if, for example, you're a city slicker or you live in any major city or you're close to it, and you know there's going to be a major inbound solar storm, and you know that you or your family or whoever can be seriously adversely affected, find a multi-level parkade and head to the bottom. You will be protected by multiple levels of concrete. Don't be a smartass and say, well, what about earthquakes? We're not talking about earthquakes. We're talking about solar storms. So water, polycarbonate panels, and concrete are the three materials that can protect you. When it comes to ultraviolet radiation, we are now receiving sea levels ultraviolet radiation. Why? Because the cosmic rays, when it enters our atmosphere, interacts with the atmospheric atoms where a change takes place, and it creates secondary showering particles called muons. That can affect human DNA and plant DNA. Clothing material. Well, I'll start from the head. Long brim hats, okay? Tightly woven material. Wool. Denim. Not bleached, absolutely not bleached. But tightly woven, not loose woven. Polyester materials. And that is mostly for the ultraviolet radiation. Cosmic radiation, you know what? It's knowledge, man. It's knowledge. So, for example, again, if you have a family member, such as me, I have a daughter who has ASD. When I know we're going to get inbound coronal mass ejections, I have to play extra careful, knowing that she can be triggered, including into a period of psychosis, intense violent rage, and that can happen to anybody. Any people with anxiety, depression, schizophrenia. Knowledge. Second, physiological. MS, multiple sclerosis flare-ups. Arthritis, like me. Heart conditions. If you have anybody in your family with heart conditions, you know there's going to be inbound solar storm. Make sure they are at rest. They do not exert themselves. Monitor them closely, just like a doctor. Pay attention to all those nice and pretty auroras, northern lights getting, oh, aren't they just so pretty? They're getting lower and lower. People think it's so fantastic. No, they don't realize how dangerous this is becoming. Even in my neighborhood, I missed it. Someone took a picture of it. Ooh, that looks so pretty. I'm way down in southern British Columbia. So first and foremost, knowledge. If you spend any amount of time working outside, keep your head protected from the ultraviolet. Get proper UV sunglasses with the side panels. Okay. It's not just the front, it's the side. If the sun's coming in that way, I want my side protection. Now, I'm a stubborn, grumpy old bag of bones, so, you know, my sleeves are rolled up, right? I guess I'm just becoming accustomed to it. And I don't feel it right now. You'll feel the intense burning. It could be wintertime. It can be very, very cold, and all of a sudden the clouds break open and the sun comes through. Why is my skin burning? That's the increased levels of ultraviolet coming in. So I think that's about it. I don't think I missed anything. I already covered cosmic radiation and passion and rage in my last video. Knowledge. Have a Space Weather Prediction Center app on your phone. So when something pops off from the sun, flare, we will receive that energy, radio burst, in 8 minutes traveling at the speed of light. if it's strong enough. Yes, you can feel that. 2 Halloweens ago, we had an X level flare, lower level hit us. I was with my wife in the bedroom. She almost collapsed, fell right to the floor. She had to place herself against the wall to prevent herself from falling down. I picked her up and put her in the bed. After I checked her vitals, I knew what happened. Straight to my phone, space weather up. Oh yeah, man, we got hit hugely. 10,000 watts per meter square when I checked. It was probably stronger before I checked, of radiation. Next, the coronal mass ejection, which is the highly charged particles containing billions of tons of mostly protons, some electrons, take anywhere from 8 to 72 hours to reach us, depending on the space weather environment. And then we will have advance notice of that, more or less. So again, because our protective shields are weak, if they say, oh, it's going to be a G1, be prepared for a G3. Keep yourself hydrated. You know, there's not too much we can do in our homes unless you live in a multi-level home. It may help a little bit. Go down to the bottom area. My supply room is in the basement, so I have concrete walls on 2 sides. It's partially underground, so that's where I'm going. Know where your concrete structures are. Right? Head down to them. Multiple layers of concrete. Most parkades are going to be anywhere from 6 to 4 inches thick of floor concrete, or should be. Greenhouses, nurseries, with the polycarbonate, twin wall polycarbonate roofs and walls. No one thinks about that. There you go, kids. Later.